A power-hungry security guard abuses his authority by targeting innocent shoppers of color. But when karma strikes, his hidden crimes come to light, and he faces a humiliating public downfall that shocks everyone. Every morning, Marcus stood tall at the entrance of Crestview Mall, his uniform pressed sharp, his badge gleaming like a medal of honor. To the casual shopper, he looked like a model officer, alert, confident, and in control. But beneath that crisp uniform lurked arrogance and prejudice, a man who mistook power for superiority. He had a pattern: young black shoppers, Latino teens, or anyone who didn't look respectable in his narrow view. Marcus would tail them through aisles, bark at them for no reason, and sometimes demand to see their bags, even when they'd done nothing wrong. The mall's security cameras caught everything, but no one ever challenged him. After all, he was keeping the peace. One afternoon, a teenage girl named Alina entered the mall with her friends, laughing, carrying her sketchbook. Marcus's eyes narrowed immediately. Her hoodie, her dark skin, her carefree smile, it all triggered his suspicion. He followed her from the bookstore to the food court, making her visibly uncomfortable. "Empty your bag," he demanded, blocking her path. Alina trembled as people stared, whispering. She showed her sketchbook, her pencils, her wallet, nothing else. Still, Marcus accused her of hiding something. It took a store manager to intervene before he backed off, smirking as though he had done the world a favor. But that incident didn't go unnoticed. A bystander had filmed the entire exchange. The video was about to change everything Marcus thought he controlled. Within hours, the video spread across social media. People were outraged. Comments poured in, calling Marcus a racist, a bully, and a disgrace to his uniform. The mall's management scrambled to contain the storm, but the damage was done. Marcus became the face of everything wrong with authority gone unchecked. At home, Marcus scrolled through the hateful comments, veins bulging with rage. He muttered to himself, "They don't know what it's like to keep order. I did nothing wrong." Yet for the first time, his reflection in the mirror didn't look as righteous as he believed. His confidence began to crack. Meanwhile, an internal investigation was quietly launched. The mall administrators reviewed old footage, and what they found shocked even them. Dozens of incidents where Marcus had harassed innocent shoppers, all recorded, all ignored until now. But there was more. During the audit, a pattern of missing items from the mall's electronics store came to light. Receipts, access logs, and footage pointed to one surprising suspect, Marcus himself. The same man who accused others of stealing had been pocketing gadgets for months. Management decided to wait for the right moment to confront him. They wanted witnesses, evidence, and justice served publicly. The hunter was about to become the hunted. 2 days later, Marcus arrived for his shift as usual, wearing his polished badge with pride, unaware of the trap awaiting him. The mall manager called him into the central security office under the pretense of discussing the viral video. He walked in, chest out, smirk ready, thinking he'd talk his way out of trouble. Inside the room sat not only the manager, but also 2 police officers. Marcus's smirk faded instantly. On the table were printed screenshots from surveillance footage, clear as day, showing him slipping small boxes into his bag after closing hours. "You've been caught," the manager said coldly. "Theft, misconduct, and racial harassment. You're done here, Marcus." The words hit him like a punch to the gut. He tried to speak, but his voice cracked, his excuses meaningless against the mountain of proof. As he was handcuffed, reporters waiting outside captured the moment. The same man who once humiliated others now being escorted out in shame. The crowd that had once feared him watched silently, some even clapping. Justice had flipped the script. For the first time, Marcus felt the weight of humiliation, the same kind he had inflicted on others. But this time, no one would defend him. News outlets ran the story for days. Security guard who targeted minorities arrested for theft. The irony wasn't lost on anyone. Alina, the girl he had accused, gave a brief interview saying softly, "I just hope he learns that power doesn't make you better than people. It makes you responsible." Marcus spent nights in his cell replaying his downfall. He realized that every face he had wronged haunted him like a ghost, their silent anger echoing louder than any cell door slam. He had become the very criminal he once claimed to despise. In time, the mall implemented new diversity and ethics training, ensuring no one would ever suffer under a guard's prejudice again. Alina's video even inspired others to speak up against discrimination in their workplaces. Months later, Marcus, now working community service, crossed paths with a man he once accused. The man looked at him, shook his head, and said, "Now you know how it feels." That moment broke him completely and began his slow path toward understanding. Power abused will always collapse under the weight of truth. Respect and fairness outlast authority, and in the end, justice finds everyone, even those who think they're above it. Abuse of power breeds its own punishment. True authority lies not in control, but in compassion. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to subscribe for more thrilling tales with powerful lessons.